Some years ago, Tom Fitzgerald, the producer, the inventive genius behind Star Tours, came to me and said, you know, we're going to remake it after all these years. And he told me the great storylines, and then he kept a little surprise at the end. He said, 3PO is the pilot.
A little bonus at the end there.
A little bonus, yeah. and I was absolutely thrilled. But then, of course, I was less thrilled because I realized I got to wear that suit again way after the movies, and I need to go a little bit. So I did a bit of a crash diet. I'm very glad I did, because Star Tours really, you know, a permanent incarnation of the movies in the most inviting way. So audiences, whether they're fans, whether they know about Star Wars or not, they can come and involve and immerse themselves in the movies, and it's a unique experience.
Now, in working on your role for Star Tours, you say you put on the suit again. It was that, obviously it's an animatronic in the actual attraction. Was that for the pre-show videos?
There are various elements of it. We used, of course, the animatronic figure that we'd used many years ago, which again was my performance but filmed without the costume on, so the animatronics guys could see where I was going, you know, with the creating it. That is pretty much the same. There've been some changes in there which old fans will recognize. But then, yeah, you have to watch those video screens when you're standing in line. Don't ignore them, because that is really a major part of the attraction. There's hugely inventive scenes there, and they were shot live in Burbank, so they're well worth watching. Then you get on the ride, and of course that is an animatronic figure, because I can't be in every Starspeeder 1000.
As much as people would like it.
As much as people would like it. But the dynamics of working and filming. And we filmed me in a seat, in a set, kind of doing these kind of things.
So you were modeling for what the animatronic would be doing.
And then, you know, animatronics experts came from around the world to talk to me about it and to say, well, how would he do this, and you know, how would he look, and you can't do that because of the way the ride works. You know, it's really very dynamic. So if you start doing that, that will fall off after a day.
Right.
So everything is geared very much to keeping the ride safe and fresh.
What about the voice role of 3PO? It seems like you're always in this heightened state of panic throughout the whole ride.
And that made the recording sessions absolutely exhausting. We did 2 days at Disney in Burbank, and then I spent the entire third day in bed. I was so worn out with because it's not only the pitch of your voice, it's the emotional excitement, if you will, because you've got to be as excited as the character, otherwise it doesn't work.
Well, it definitely comes through in writing it. I mean, there's obviously a whole many variations of what you can do, and in every single one, I find myself tuning in specifically on 3PO and thinking, you know, getting that sense of peril throughout it, despite, you know, even regardless of what's going on screen.
That's a really nice thing for me to hear. You've so cheered up my day. Thank you.
Now,
because that was my aim.
Good. Well,
but it becomes, you know, line after line after line, it becomes, oh, I can't do anymore.
No, well,
I have to.
It absolutely comes through.
Thank you.
I can hear it very clearly in your voice. And writing Star Tours now, what is your favorite part about the experience, now that it's done?
Well, I've only written it 3 times, and so far my favorite moment is the underwater sequence. I love it when 3PO does the turn and look in the cabin in sort of just a totally normal way, and when he turns back, it's so natural and real. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad I enjoyed it.
I'm glad. Thank you very much.